So the only thing that you need to do is take out this starter and put it in a warm spot on.
Will you explain how you did that?
In another video, we will.
Okay. What do I do with this rubber band?
For now, it doesn't matter.
Okay. We just took that out of the fridge and put it close to our cooking rice after our bike ride. And now it's a little warmer. What do I do next?
So now you need some heated water. It should be around 94 degrees Fahrenheit.
Perfect.
Okay, so you need the scale. Then you take off the lid. And then you'll enter 50 milliliters of warm water. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Now you need a spatula. And then you'll just use the top of the spatula, and just stir until the starter is dissolved. Looks good. Good enough dissolved.
All right.
So now you take flour, and as this is a bread flour starter, it makes sense to kind of reactivate the starter with the same kind of flour. That's why we're using bread flour here, and you use the same amount of flour as you were using water. And as I said, it's 12 to 15 hours before baking. Why does the range differ? It's because it depends on the outside temperature, and as we currently have about 72 degrees here in our house, it's actually warmer than during winter, and that makes it a little bit faster for the starter to rise. So now you need a scraper to kind of get the rests of the spatula as well as the starter from the sides of the container.
Okay, so as I understood, for us it's now tomorrow.
Yes.
Until we can go on. To you, it's about a second.
And one thing, don't forget, now it's important that you put the rubber band that is around the container to the limit of the starter, so you can actually see how much the starter has risen.
All right.
So is it now the upper or the lower part?
It's now at the lower part of the rubber band.
Okay, that's just important to remember.
And I put the lid on?
Yes, you can put the lid on. Important here is also that it's able to breathe. So that's why this lid has a little hole here. And yeah, everything else we can close. And now you can just put it to the side so it stays here at room temperature for the next 13 hours.
Hello again. So this grew a lot.
Now you need another big bowl. You need the starter first, and you need 25 grams per portion, so 50 grams for us. you need 200 milliliters of 94 degrees water, so 100 milliliters per serving. You stir, and you need to add also 24 grams of salt, so 12 grams per serving. Next step are 200 grams of flour, so 100 grams per serving. And now you scrape it again from the side so that it's all in the middle. And you need a wonderful towel to put over your...
Oh, lucky I've got one here.
It's a beautiful towel. It only works with beautiful towels. And now you put it in the oven because we need a little bit of a heated area. So the oven is off, but we'll turn on the light so that it's a little bit warmer than the general temperature of the house. The oven light needs to be on, so then there is more heat in the oven. Bye bye, good night, sleep well. And this stays then here for about 12 hours, and then we go over to the folding piece tomorrow.
Back again, next morning, and let's see how our friend is doing.
As we do twice the amount, we need 2 times 300 milliliters of warm water, so 600 milliliters. Okay, now you need to stir it again. Now you need twice 450 grams of whole wheat flour. So now, as the dough is getting a little bit harder to stir, this is the moment where I start using my hands. I'll make them wet so that the dough is not sticking to my fingers too much. Yeah, I think that's fine. And now we wait 30 minutes and then we start the stretch and folds, which we're gonna do 3 times every 30 minutes. Now we're ready for the first stretch and folds. You need to put away the very beautiful towel.
Oh, isn't it beautiful?
Now you need to wet your hand. You're folding the dough from the bottom to the top. And then we'll wait again 30 minutes and do the same thing again, and then wait 30 minutes and do the same thing again. Put the bowl a little bit to the side because you need to flour a little bit the surface. Now you can take out the dough, cut it in half because we only need half. Grab opposite sides of the dough, pull them out and fold over each other. Rotate the dough and repeat a total of at least 4 times. As we're using a proofing basket, dust it with flour and place the shaped dough seam side up in the basket. And now you're pulling a couple of pieces again and shape it over another like you would sew. Okay, now you can put a little flour on top of it. And then you put it to the side. Now it is time to put it in the oven. And for that, you need the baking sheets. You can also just use normal parchment paper. And now it's time for scoring. There are different ways that you can do it. You can try to be creative, or you can try to make an ear. There should be one piece where the bread has the option to kind of move out of, and this is the deeper cut. Everything else should be a very slight cut. That would be a French baguette deep cut. Good, so we are preheating the oven to 450 degrees, and in the oven there are the baking forms. We do not have a Dutch oven, so that's why we use lasagna forms with a lid. You don't want to get the heat out of the oven, and you don't want to get the forms out of too long outside of the oven. Now you put the breads inside. You put 3 ice cubes in the bowl. Alright, and then you put it back into the oven and put the lids on as well. Now the timer on 10 minutes.
I just take the lids off.
Yep.
That's it.
And now you can make the timer at 35 minutes.
I guess not too much to do. Just take it out.
Yep. And you'll get also something to put them on. They can cool off. Sascha's first sourdough.